What's up, everybody? Welcome to Narcocop MMA. I'm your host, Mike, and this is Dana White's Contender Series breakdown for week 5 here. We got 5 fights. Probably a lot of violence on this card. I don't know. We'll see. We'll dig in deep here. Give you what I think are some good plays on this card. And honestly, I think props are going to be a thing on this card. Money line's kind of wide here. It's hard to play some of these money lines, but I did find a couple of spots I did like. And yeah, let's just get into it right here. Before I do, let me shout out my chat. Dixon, what is up, my man? Yes, there's going to be Lambos on Friday. I was just out of town. I just got back yesterday. So we're going to get back to the grind, man. The grind don't stop. This is why Narco's on top. Thank you, my man, 2 times. Appreciate you. Dixon says, side note, I finally asked my crush out on a date, waiting for a message. Awesome, bro. Awesome. Hope you good luck on that, bro. Good luck. Hopefully taking her out for UFC Paris winnings. Yep. Joshua Frick, always in the house. What is up, my man? Cody Gilson, I made it. Yes, my man. Double flush. Let's get that money. William Tyner, South African, is quite bigger. Yes, he is. Hanekom is bigger. We'll talk about that fight. But yeah, guys, let's 24 of you in here already. Let's just bang it out here. Let's start with the first fight of the night. It is the late replacement in the 5-2 Dion Barbosa versus the 5-1 Rain Guerrero. And here's a fight where Barbosa just took this on maybe 4 days notice here. And this girl trains at King's MMA. I mean, she's been at King's MMA for a pretty long time now. She's a well-rounded girl. I mean, she has a black belt in judo. She's a black belt in BJJ. And her striking, honestly, has looked much, much better in her recent fights. You know, when you watch this girl, she's kind of using her striking to close the distance so she can get in the clinch. She can do her judo throws, her trips. You know, she loves all those types of things. And when she's on top, she's looking to pass. She's looking to get into mount, you know, looking to get into advantageous positions where, you know, she can use her Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like I said, like her striking is definitely improving. The problem I have with her on the feet is she tends to get hit a lot on the feet, right? She got dropped in that fight against, let's see who the opponent was. It was that grappler. You know, I didn't want to see that, obviously. But yeah, Jenna Bishop dropped her with a left hand, which obviously was not a very good look. She lost to Josiane Nunez by a stoppage. I think that stoppage was a little quick, to be honest. When I watched that fight, you know, she kind of complained when the fight got stopped. She easily won round 1, but then she lost round 2. She was losing round 2 and then gets stopped. Karine Silva fight, pretty close fight. They gave it to her. I think it was a 50-50 fight, to be honest. And Karine Silva's looked good. So that's a very, very good win in her on her belt there. You know, these other fights, you know, Jessica Milton, you know, she won pretty clearly, and she dominated this Piculio girl, who's also a striker. She trains with Eileen Pereira, so she's a known striker. But yeah, I mean, this girl overall, I just think she has a pretty good overall game. I mean, she is 31 years old at this point. She's also bouncing around between 35 and 25. That's where I see her. I mean, she's fought, like last fight, she was at 35 or 30. I'm sorry. This fight is at 25. I think this is wrong, by the way. They have this slated at bantamweight. It's a flyweight fight. I'm pretty sure they're fighting at 25. So don't, just in case people think this is definitely a flyweight fight, it's not a bantamweight fight. So, yeah, you know, overall, like I said, this girl, you know, I have these notes on her, and I like what I see. I mean, she has good cardio, right? She likes to throw that jumping knee, and it's landed, man. It's crazy that she's landed and dropped girls with it. You know, she loves to jump guillotine a lot. I have that in my notes. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. Take that back. Take all of that back right there. That part with the jumping knee. No. When she gets taken down, she works to get up. I have that in my notes. She does make big mistakes on the ground when she's looking for subs. She loses position because of that. And she did that. I have it in the Bishop fight, the Nunez fight, and the Silva fight. So she tends to like go a little crazy for submissions and then loses position. Now on the other side, Rain Guerrero, 31 years old, trains at War. I think her boyfriend's a fighter as well. He's like her main training partner or main guy that trains her. I don't like her striking, man. Her striking mechanics are very, very bad. She acts like she's throwing with a lot of power. I just don't think she has a lot of power. She's also a girl that's looking to strike to kind of get into the clinch to get takedowns. She does in certain fights. She goes pretty grapple heavy. She goes for takedowns. She looks pretty strong when she grabs a hold of girls. She kind of gives them a ride, throws them around and takes them down. However, like on the ground, I don't think she's very good. She loses position a lot. She does have good low kicks. I've noticed that in some of her fights. And her cardio seems to check out, and she seems very, very tough and durable. I forgot which fight, but a couple of these fights with her, she was in very, very deep submissions, and she got out of them. I mean, she's tough. I mean, that's one thing for sure. I will give her that. She's pretty damn tough. She's not gonna give up easy. I see her grappling a lot with males, to be honest. I forgot his name, but he's a Fury FC guy. I see her grappling a lot with him. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, she's okay in the clinch. She has trouble holding down her opponents. Even when she gets them down, it's not like she does much with them. And then when she gets taken down, she gives up her back a lot, which is a big concern against the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in Barbosa, because that's where I think Barbosa has the biggest edge. But I think she has the edge everywhere here, to be honest. The only issue is, do you want to lay minus 300, minus 315 in women's MMA on a short notice fighter? I don't want to lay that type of price, really. Do I think she wins? Yeah, absolutely. I think Diane Barbosa is the much better mixed martial artist here, wherever this fight goes, man. If I'm to give Guerrero any type of like advantage, maybe it's toughness. Toughness. She's tough. That's about it, honestly. That's the intangible I see. Like outside of that, Barbosa is just better everywhere. Better striker, better grappler. She's black belt in judo and jiu-jitsu. Like I don't even know what else to say. So I'm dialed in this week, guys. I did a lot of fucking tape. I think Barbosa wins here. I think submission prop is something to look at. I know currently I don't like the price, to be honest, because Guerrero does fight us out of submissions, and it's only plus 350 on Bet Online. I'm going to wait for these other markets to open up, like Bet Rivers, DraftKings, and FanDuel, and see what they give us. Maybe in the 500 range, I'm for it, but 350, I'm kind of like, I'm gonna probably pass on 350 just because it's a little too low. And Barbosa might, to be honest, she's gonna feel so comfortable on her feet, in my opinion. She might just piece her up on her feet. Why even take this fight to the ground, right? She's got 2 subs, her first 2 fights. And she goes for him in her fights. Guerrero is tough, and she probably gets out of submissions if she gets put into them. But if it's a bigger number, I'm definitely going to go for it. By the way, she is a purple belt, so she's not like complete fish on the ground. What is up, Lou Betcha? Thank you for joining, my man. Who else is he? Saint Steven, man. Of course, bro. Love doing this. Azure, what's up, my man? Dixon says Barbosa sub 2 and 3, right, Narco? Or do you think you can get it in round 1, 2? I think she can get it in any round. I don't think it's necessarily 2 and 3 like cardio dump stuff, because I think both girls have pretty good cardio. So I don't think it's the cardio thing. Funny you mentioned that, because I was thinking Rain had to move up 10 pounds on short notice at first. Yeah, it's not. It's a 20. Tapology has it wrong. They weighed in, they were 25. So, yeah, she is way faster, way more technical too. One of the best all around. Thank you. I really appreciate it. MMA Triple J. Good dude. Yeah, let's move on here. Fuck it. Like I said, you want to play? I think Barbosa wins here fairly handily. I don't see much from this Rain Guerrero outside of toughness, be honest. Fight number 2. It is in the lightweight division. I'm sorry, featherweight division. It is the 10-2 John Silva versus the 11-0 Kevin Vallejos. And looking at these guys, Vallejo's very young, 21 years old. He's about to turn 22. Silva also young, 26 years old, not very old here. No size advantage really for these guys, 145. They're probably a little undersized even for 45, but they have some muscle on them, so they're not going to be able to make 35. So I could see why they're here. And this fight is very, very interesting, man. Pre-tape, I was thinking, looking at the Silva guy, he's at Fighting Nerds, right? This Fighting Nerds, I mean, they're getting up there, man. These guys have some very good fighters. I watched another guy in LFA looked absolutely like a killer. And they had another guy not too long ago. I think he won. I can't remember what organization it was, but man, he looked good as well. These guys, Fighting Nerds, man, they have some good guys in there. Even Thiago Moises was in there training with these guys. Anyways, let's talk about this guy Silva, right? Young, 26 years old. He's at Fighting Nerds. Muay Thai background. Like, this guy has good kicks, a lot of power in his hands. Not technical at all, though, man. He really isn't technical. This guy just wants to fucking make it a brawl, man. But he has a shit ton of power in his hands when he lands. I don't like that he fucks around a lot in the ring. He's like pointing, talking shit. He's talking to the corners. He's hurting guys and like telling the referee to stop it instead of finishing it himself. I don't like seeing that. That's just bad fight IQ. And this guy, from what I see on tape, he has bad fight IQ. There's no ways around it. He's messing around a lot. Compared to other Fighting Nerds, like, his fight IQ is not very good. Now, maybe it changes. He's still young. I don't know. I don't like what I see from that. The other thing is he's fighting with his hands down in all these fights, dude. He's like eating flush head kicks, eating a ton of punches. But, man, his chin is absolutely fucking solid as hell, man. I mean, this guy ate a literal flush head kick, and he did not even blink, man. I don't remember what fight it was, but he ate it right to the dome. I mean, it was shin to head. Nothing. He didn't even fucking feel it, man. So, dude, his chin is amazingly good. The other thing is, this is where I was reading, he loves to throw the flying jump knee, man. He's landed it many fucking times. He loves to throw that. And he throws all these unorthodox kicks from weird angles. And, this guy, when you look at his record, right, he's really not gone far in a lot of fights here. Like, he finishes, look at it, round one, round one, round one, round one, round one, round one, round one. The last one was 5.5 years ago, against Gabriel Shoup, and it went to decision, right? Round two, another one that went to decision here against Pedro Henrique. And then round two, round one. This guy's a finisher, man. He's going for the kill. He tries to kill his opponent. And in this fight against Gabriel Shoup, I think he got robbed, dude. I honestly think he got robbed in that fight. I watched the fight. He actually dropped Gabriel Shoup in round 3 pretty fucking bad. He almost finished him. And I'll tell you guys one thing that maybe a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people, he looks like he gets tired very, very early in fights. But I'm here to tell you, I watched that whole Shoup fight. He's got good cardio, guys. Don't get tricked by that. He can go 3 hard rounds, throwing a shit ton of volume, getting fucking absolutely killed on the feet, not going down, not getting hurt. This guy can go 3 rounds. I'm telling you guys now, his cardio is fine. He looks like he gasses, but he's one of those gassers that just pushes right through, man. His cardio is fine. Like I said, he dropped and almost killed Shoup in that round 3. Pedro Henrique fight, I don't remember exactly if he won or not. I know it's a split decision. I can't remember, but his cardio looked fine again. He hasn't faced the best level of opposition, and he's, look at these guys. I mean, not many good guys, but I mean, he's doing what he has to do. He's finishing them all in the first round. So we can't fault him for that. And his opponent, Kevin Vallejos, I like what I see from this guy as well, man. This is another guy, super young, 21 years old. He's at that Brothers of Life where Francisco Prado is over there in Argentina. They have some good fighters. They have a lot of good young guys too as well. And when you look at this guy historically, right? KO 1, 2, 1, 2, then this one with the decision, 1, 1, 1, 2. This guy's a finisher. Okay. He throws every fucking thing in his punches. I mean, he's trying to kill you. He throws very, very, very good calf kicks, low kicks. I love his calf kicks. And then he finishes a lot of his combos with calf kicks. So those low kicks. So I like it a lot. He throws that left uppercut really nasty and the left hook to the body. I mean, this guy works it all, man. Both guys actually throw to the body pretty damn good. He's got pretty good head movement when he's on his feet. So he doesn't tend to get hit a lot, but for a guy that overthrows like him and tries to kill you, he's going to get hit because it's just what he's trying to do. He's trying to kill you, and sometimes he gets hit. Like I said, he throws very good body shots. He has very good entries on his takedowns as well. Very, very fucking fast on his entries. So I like that. I don't think he's a great grappler, though. Like I said, his entries are good. But when you're talking about BJJ, I don't think his BJJ is all that good. And he doesn't, even when he gets guys down, he just really can't hold many people down. So primarily, this guy is definitely a striker. It is a concern for Silva that he gets clocked a lot in fights. And this guy, Vallejo, has a lot of power in his hands. I mean, go watch the Garagori fight. I mean, he fucking murdered Garagori in round 2. Honestly, Garagori was kind of getting the best of him because of the length, the size of Garagori. He's a bigger guy for 45. He had a big, it says 5'9", but he looked much, much taller than this guy, much longer. And yeah, like Garagori was catching him a little in round 1, busted him up actually. But then this guy finished him, and I think that's the first time Garagori's been knocked out. And Vallejos does have a lot of power. He definitely has a lot of power. He throws with a lot of power. The one concern was this fight right here, Nestor Machado. This guy is like fucking 40-some years old. Look at this, 43. And this fight wasn't long ago. It was in last year, at the end of last year. So this guy was fucking 42. And it was kind of a war. I mean, Vallejo easily won, but he got busted up in that fight. And, this guy, Nestor Machado, was an absolute mess, like bad fighter, kept coming forward like a zombie, got dropped like many times. He couldn't finish this guy. And, I mean, not that that's bad because I don't know if this guy's actually been, actually he has been knocked out, but Ilya, he's been knocked out again, 2. So he's probably been knocked out 3 or 4 times. Yeah. He just happened to push through here and not get knocked out. However, Vallejo did what he had to do. I mean, he destroyed this guy. He hurt him bad. And what I'm basically saying is this fight's going to be a banger, man. It's going to be absolute banger. Both guys have a ton of power. I think the power advantage, I kind of favor Silva, and he has like an insane chin. I mean, I'm telling you guys, he said an insane chin. I mean, can he get knocked out? Of course, anybody can get knocked out. But, looking at these lines and, right now we're looking at Silva plus 145, Vallejo minus 170. I do kind of lean Vallejo. I think he wins this fight based on the speed, the youth, the more technical skills. And his cardio checks out well. I mean, he's got very good cardio. He throws a lot of power. Like I said, he's young, man, 21 years old. But I'm going to look to maybe attack a prop here, man. I think Vallejo's KO is too low. It's plus 135. I've never even seen this guy Silva hurt. And it's now plus 135. And now I just told you guys that this Vallejo guy couldn't get out the 42-year-old. What makes me think he's going to get out Gene Silva? His fucking chin is insane. The other thing I think that was very, very sneaky, and I played it already, it's the Gene Silva by submission at plus 1,200. And I'll tell you guys specifically why. There's a thing that Gene Silva does in multiple fights. He goes for the wizard throw. He has a wizard. He goes for the throw. The guy puts his hand down. His opponent puts his hand down on the mat, goes to get up, and Silva immediately goes for the guillotine and drops down for the guillotine. He's got two guys just like that, exactly like that. He subbed them in a guillotine. And the exact same scenario, you guys can go watch it. Edward Garagori does the same exact wizard throw against Vallejo, attempts the guillotine, but what Vallejo does well is he goes to side control instead of going into his guard. Now, he might do that here, but I honestly think Vallejo's going to try to grapple some here, in my opinion. He's not going to want to deal with the fucking pressure and the power of Silva. So I think that wizard throw to guillotine is going to be there, honestly, for Silva, and he loves doing it, guys. He loves that fucking wizard throw to guillotine, and I played 1,200. I just think it's a price that's a little off here, and you know, Silva, he does have. Let's see how many subs he has in his career. One guillotine, the same exact one I told you. I think only one then, right? Is it only one? No, two. The two guillotines, the same exact ones I told you is what he got on those two different guys. And that's exactly what Vallejo gave up against Garagori. So just letting you guys know there, I did play at 1,200. It's gone now. It's plus 600. Wow. He got nuked. I think that's live, honestly. I do think it's live. This fight is going to be sneaky, man. It might be a sneaky over. I see, you know, over 1.5 is minus 130. I think those guys are so fucking durable. And everybody thinks that both guys are, you know, have a lot of finishes, of course, 100% finish rate on one side, you know, 90% on the other side. This fight's got to finish, right? But Silva's never been finished. Silva's never even been hurt. I'm not sure this is going to finish, man. I sneaky goes the distance plus 240. It's a little sneaky to me. I actually, talking about it right now with you guys, I'm going to go half a unit here on plus 240. I think that has slight value because I think both guys are extremely, extremely durable. DDP cardio, happy Labor Day, Jussie. What else we got here? Dricus Duplessis. What are we talking about here? It looks like, yeah. Oh, that first, yeah. He has, Gene Silva has Dricus Duplessis cardio for sure. He just pushes through. That may be a little bit better because sometimes Dricus Duplessis looks like he's going to die. Looks like he's having a stroke, but it's fine. I think it was the Cardoso fight. He looked like he didn't want to finish the kid, almost like being merciful. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. He probably, looking back at it now, no, not the Cardoso fight. For the Cardoso fight, he finished. The one before that, it looked like he didn't want to finish him. Yeah, you're right. The older man. That's sharp analysis. Wish DK had props up. Yeah, thank you, St. Stephen. Appreciate it. Let's move on. Fight number 3 here. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 9-2 Chad Hennecum versus the 6-2 Dylan Budka. And let's go on to Chad Hennecum's side. 33 years old, trains at that Fight Fit militia in South Africa with some very good guys out there. He's a brown belt BJJ, right? On the feet, man, this guy looks like an absolute robot. He's very, very stiff. He doesn't move well. I mean, you could see he's like fucking huge for 85. Tall guy, extremely stiff, like I said, throws big leg kicks. He's got very, very big leg kicks, but they're slow and mechanical. The one thing that stuck out to me on this guy, like, guys, watch the Pereira fight. That's the last fight I want you to watch. The Pereira fight, look at his body in the Pereira fight and look at it after the Pereira fight. This guy is definitely was on the juice for a while. Like he was using something. He put in a ton of muscle on his body, but he's still making 85. So, you know, this guy was definitely on the juice. I know that I've been seeing a lot of takes about his cardio being bad. I disagree. I disagree on those takes. The only fight that the cardio looked bad was the Pereira fight, right? It looked bad in that fight. He just like cardio dumped her. I don't know what the deal was. But look at the Ikram fight. Like Ikram fight, it went 3 rounds. It was a high-paced fight with grappling and shit like that. And quite honestly, he probably even won that fight. It was very close. He looked good in round 3. Also, the Ilu fight there, he grappled a lot against Leon Ilu there, and he looked fine. Janur fight, same fucking thing. Grappled a ton in that fight. Looked fine in round 3. He won round 3. Cardio, I don't think is an issue here with Chad. Honestly, I've been seeing it a lot. I disagree. I don't think cardio is an issue with this guy. I think Hennekom is going to be much bigger. Also, I mean, you could see the face-offs. I mean, the guy is massive for 85. He's a huge guy. He's got very good entries on his takedowns as well. I like it. He's got very good ground and pound. He likes to take your back if you give it to him and put the hooks in. He's done it in multiple fights. And he, like I said, he's a brown belt BJJ. He's not the best BJJ practitioner, but he's not bad for a big dude. He's pretty good. And like I said, he looks to push takedowns. Takedown defense is okay. It's not the best, but it's not bad. On his opponent, Dylan Butka, right? 23 years old. This guy's super young, super green in the MMA game. I mean, look at him. He just started fighting 2020, his amateur days. Like 2021, sorry. First amateur fight, 2021, a little over 2 years ago. And he's been fighting a ton, guys. Look at this. In 1 year, look how many amateur fights he had. Then he went pro, right? And he has 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at all these fights in like a year and a half. He's got a lot of fucking fights in a short period of time. And he's kind of learning on the fly, right? He's learning on the fly because he started very late. This guy has a good collegiate background in wrestling with Notre Dame College. That's a very, very renowned like college for wrestling. So he's got good wrestling. He's got good takedowns. He looks very, very strong. But he's kind of faced a low level of opposition, honestly. Beside Bikoyev, he's really faced nobody. Bikoyev fight, he loses split, 5-round decision. Looked good in that fight. It's probably the best he's ever looked, and it was a split decision loss. This one, I don't even know what the heck was going on with this one, but they fought at heavyweight. I'm not taking anything out of that fight. Wes Schultz fight. He gets his back taken in that fight against a guy in Wes Schultz who's not that very good, man. I don't think this guy's very good. He got his back taken in that fight. Almost got choked out. That's not a good look. Liddell Pogue fight. He lost position a lot against Liddell Pogue, who's a striker, is not really a grappler. The other fight that I watched is this fight. David Gladfelter, who's very similar in stature and size. He's 6'3", right? Bigger dude. Kind of like Chad Hennekom. And he got out-grappled in this fight, plain and simple. He got out-grappled in certain points and got his back taken, eventually subbed. I kind of feel like the same thing's going to happen here. The problem with Dylan Butka is, 1, he's green. 2, on the feet, he's not very good. He's throwing big punches, but he's not very good. He's got good offensive wrestling. He's got terrible takedown defense, guys. I don't like this guy's takedown defense whatsoever. It's horrible. For a wrestler, he's good offensively. He's not good defensively. He gets taken down a shit ton in fights pretty easily in the Bukayev fight. And to be honest, yeah, Bukayev has good wrestling, but I think Hennekom is much stronger than Bukayev. And if he wants to get this fight down, I think he can easily get this guy down. He does have very good cardio. He's kind of like a cardio bully for the most part. But on the ground, man, he loses too much position. He fucking gives up his back a lot in these fights. Striking, like I said, it's explosive, but it's not very technical. The problem with this guy is very, very green, man. I think he makes a ton of mistakes. I don't think he has much of a striking advantage here. And I also don't think he has a grappling advantage here. So for me, I took Hennekom here at plus 105. I think he's the side. A lot of people jumped on Butka as a dog when it first opened. I can understand as a big dog. I don't see at this line right now why anybody would take Butka from tape. Like, I don't see the advantages for Butka here, honestly. And I think he's got to be at a huge size and strength disadvantage. Maybe not strength, but size for sure. But I do think Chad Hennekom is extremely strong. So we'll see. We'll see. I like the Hennekum side here. Maybe I'm going to shoot for a submission prop here if I get a good line. All right, let's see here. Budka had a fight last week. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's heavyweight. It's kind of weird. I don't even know why he took that fight, to be honest. But yeah, and that's another thing. He's on very, very short notice here. So let's see how the cardio goes here. Fight number 4. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 9-1 Sirhi Sidi versus the 8-1 Ramon Tavares. And this is a banger of a fight too, man. I mean, Sadi, 27 years old. He's over there in Canada, Burlington Training Center. He's a striking coach there. He's a Muay Thai, kickboxing background. Very, very long for bantamweight division. 5'11", this guy. Very good technical striker. Very freaking good low kicks, man. They're very, very powerful. He's got good body shots as well when he's standing. Like, he loves to dig to the body. Very nice left hook to the body. He loves that. Left hook to the body, right hand over the top. He throws that a lot. Loves to throw the flying jump knee again with this guy. Elite cardio, dude. This guy's cardio is amazing. I love his cardio. His cardio is just really, really fucking good, and he pressures forward a lot. He has good clinch work as well. In the clinch, he throws a lot of body shots. Even finished a guy in the clinch with a body shot. Very good takedown defense. Didn't look great against Vogel. Vogel got his back a couple of times, but sub defense is on point, man. You're not subbing this guy, I feel like. Very well-rounded fighter. I mean, he's got all the skills. Good striking, good defensive grappling, good takedown defense. Very, very good cardio. Seems to be have a very good chin as well, man. I think this guy is very well-rounded. And his opponent, 29-year-old Ramon Tavares, this guy trains at Bulldog Boxing. I mean, his boxing is on point, man. I love, you guys know, I love boxers, right? And this guy has very good boxing. I mean, he's a southpaw. He can switch both stances, but he's a southpaw. He's got a fucking ton of power in his left hand. He loves the left hook to the body, man. I mean, he crumbles people with that punch. I don't think his grappling is all that good. I mean, he does show like he's strong when he gets you in the clinch, throws you down. He's got a couple of takedowns and stuff. But his bread and butter is striking. I mean, he's a very good striker. He missed weight the first time today, but then made weight the second time. He kind of looked depleted, honestly. And he's much smaller than Sadi, man. I mean, way smaller. Like I said, takedown defense not very good for this guy. He doesn't have good takedown defense. If you watch the Dojor fight, Dojor was able to get him down and keep him on his back the whole damn round. I think if Sadi is smart, he uses some grappling here, man. Why stand with this guy? Give him his best path. Take him down, get on top, use your grappling, because I do think Sadi is the better grappler here by a good margin. But he's got to watch it on the feet, man. This guy's left hand is a piston, man. It has a lot of power behind it. You could see he has a lot of knockouts, this dude. I couldn't find this fight, Mandala fight, but this fight here where he got knocked out, I'll tell you guys. Massey feints his right hand or left hand, I can't remember, and then he throws the right kick and he lands it right on the fucking side of this guy's head and knocks him out with a head kick. So that's how he got knocked out. I think he has pretty good chin historically. Like he's gotten hit pretty flush by James Dunn. Took him pretty well. But I mean, when we talk about a mixed martial artist, like Sadi is the better guy here. Like, you know, the better boxer, I think, is Tavares, but the better overall striker is probably Sadi. Like, he's got better kicks. He's got better, like, clinch stuff. But honestly, like, Tavares is super dangerous, man. That left hand is like a piston. Also, the left body kick. Left body kick is nasty as hell, too. So, I don't know which way to go with this fight, honestly. I think it's around correct here at this point, minus 175 plus 150. Both guys seem to be pretty tough and durable. Over right now, sitting at plus 170. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like this fight hits the scorecards again. I don't. Sadi, like, I think he's more attritional damage finish than one punch power. I don't think he has one punch power. Tavares is more of a one-punch power finisher. So, like, if Tavares doesn't finish this on the feed, I think more than likely this Sadi points, is going to be there, or even Tavares points. I'd see anybody winning by points. I kind of lean the over here in this fight. Sadi versus Tavares. I know the line doesn't stay that because it's over 2.5 is 170, but this fight might be violent, but I think both guys are tough and durable, and I don't think either one's going to get knocked out. So I'm going to go over here. I haven't made a play on it. I might look to hit props again when the other markets open, the other sports books. But yeah, lean the over in this fight. I think Sadi is the side, but I'm not betting at minus 175. It's too iffy because I do think this other guy is super dangerous. Last fight of the night. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is the 11-0 Bruno Lopez versus the 14-5 Brenson Roberio. Here's the thing. Roberio is 27, right? He's a purple belt in BJJ. He's got a Muay Thai background. But, man, I don't like this guy's fucking striking, man. He's too wild. He's very open to get hit. Terrible chin, guys. I don't like his chin at all. He gets hurt in so many fucking fights. He won the last fight, but quite frankly, it could have been stopped like 3 different times, honestly. Like, Jai Apollo was putting it on him, man, and he gassed himself out, and he became on bottom, and he got finished. This fight against David, I mean, David lands he drops him once, then knocks him out, like, very weird. This one also, he gets dropped. He just, like, kind of shells up. He was done after he got hit. I don't like this guy's chin at all, man. He's got a very iffy chin. He's got very questionable fight IQ. He's jumping guillotines all the fucking time when he has, top position. He's got good ground and pound, but again, bad fight IQ with this guy. If he gets in like full mount, like, or half guard, he's like jumping for guillotines, like trying to get guillotine and then rolling to his back to try to get a guillotine, which is extremely stupid because you're losing position if you don't get it. This guy's had like, I don't even know how much tape I've watched on this guy where he has full mount and somehow he ends up on bottom. Like, just a bad fight IQ, not the best jiu-jitsu. And on the other side, it's like Bruno Lopez, 30 years old. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, but I like his striking. I mean, he's got a very, very, very good jab. Love the jab. Love that he throws in combos. Seems like he has very heavy hands, very good calf kicks. He's undefeated, but he's not faced anybody really good, honestly. None of these guys are good. None. I mean, Gregory Rodriguez, early in his career, I mean, he knocked him out, 9 years ago. But outside of that, he's really faced nobody. Which fight was it? Oh, this Flavio Magan fight. He kind of gets hurt a couple of times in that fight before he finishes. Don't like seeing that, but again, I don't think Roberio has like some huge power. He throws with a lot of heat, but I don't think he has that type of power, Roberio. And like, I think Lopez is better everywhere in this fight. Like, he likes to stand and bang. He's got a decent chin, way better chin than Roberio. He's got pretty good takedowns, and his ground and pound is pretty fucking nasty. And there's also his cardio is okay. It's not bad cardio. The only thing with this guy is, like, if you look, he took 6 years off between here and here. 6 freaking years. I mean, that's a long time for a guy that, let's see, 8 years ago was how old was this guy? 22. He took 6 years off from 22 and came back 28. You don't want to see that because a lot of his prime in his career, he took off. So don't understand what the heck happened there. If anybody knows in chat, throw it in chat. I don't know why he took 6 years off. I don't like seeing that when you're 22 years old, but he is the better fighter. He does have a ton of power. His opponent has no fucking chin. His opponent makes a ton of mistakes as well. I think the under 1.5 is minus 210 is probably going to hit, man. It's going to hit. I parlayed that with Diane Barbosa, and I got like I don't know, minus 105. I think that's pretty solid. I think both those are probably going to hit at a decent clip. And I think Lopez probably knocks him out. I mean, KO1, honestly, the way this guy's chin looks, I think this is a KO1. And, you know, if not, okay, maybe I'm wrong, but Brenson's chin just looks horrible. It doesn't look good. He doesn't look like he likes to get hit. So maybe he can land something big early and knock Lopez out. I haven't seen him knocked out 11 fights. I've seen Ribeiro been knocked out and hurt multiple times. So, and I do think Lopez hits harder. So I think the under there is pretty fucking solid, to be honest. Not good. Big size difference in Tavares. Yeah. He doesn't look undersized. And he barely made weight. So it's weird. It's very weird. But Sidi is huge for bantamweight, Dixon. He's 5'11". He's a big fucking bantamweight. So that has you know, something to do with it as well. I do like Sidi. I think he's a very good prospect. I think he's an overall game, and his cardio is elite, man. He's got elite cardio. It's been 5 rounds, very hard rounds, and just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing. So I haven't really seen that from Tavares. I don't think he has bad cardio, but you know, I think I favor the Sidi side. I just don't want to play minus 170. But yeah, if I'm to give you, you know, my winners and who I think wins these fights, I think it's Diane Barbosa. I think it's Kevin Vallejos. I think it's Chad Hennecum. I think it's Sari Sidi, and I think it's Bruno Lopez. So those are the 5 I like. Mostly favorites. I think Hennecum is a dog. Maybe not anymore. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of like the favorites. I think we get, let's see here. Let's give a contracts. I don't know about this fight if we're going to get a contract, but maybe Barbosa. One of these for sure. I think Vallejos get a contract. I think this one, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if we're going to get, it might be like a wrestling, boring match. So I don't think we might get a contract on this one. This one, we're going to get a contract for sure, in my opinion. And this one's going to get a contract because somebody's going to get finished, most likely Ribeiro. So, yeah, probably 3 to 4 contracts max this week. And, yeah, guys, that's it. That's all 5 fights. We'll see this week. I did a ton of tape on this, so hopefully my reads are good. Hopefully we get some good props. I will be putting them on my Bet MMA when they drop. I'm looking to attack some. And yeah, 57 of you still in here. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. I will be back probably for an AMA on Thursday for UFC Paris. UFC Paris, for UFC 293. And yeah, and then Lambo's on Friday with Tim. That's about it. Tomorrow, probably a live space for Dana White's Contender Series if you guys want to join. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me today. Good luck tomorrow. And let's cash those tickets for Dana White's Contender Series Week 5. Take care, guys. Good luck. I'll see you guys on